Hex
So,
Dragon, go ahead.
Go
yeah,
ahead, brother.
Dream, like he shared basically my definition of success beautifully. I love that. Doing what you want to do, when you want to do it, who you want to do it with, all that. So something I've discovered. So I'm going to consolidate all the personal development I have into 7 words for you, or
Oh
9.
boy, this should be good.
Yeah. So I have values and I have filters. So my values, and a value is kind of what guides me through life, how I'm going to just make a decision. So my values are health, happiness, success, and wealth. So don't do anything that's going to compromise those values for yourself or others. And that's how you're going to manifest so much. In a lot of manifesting books, you'll hear happiness, success, and wealth. Like that is repeating those things. So like if you make decisions with that, you're going to head towards a life of abundance.
100%.
Now, to get there, unless you want to go alone, you need to have really good filters, because some people hold us back, some people distract us, some people help us forward. So the filters that I use and I recommend everybody use are integrity, inspirational, and improving. So have people in your life who are always in integrity with you and others. People who inspire you, because that's going to make you try harder and to accomplish better things. And people who are improving, because if they're not improving, what are they doing really? Like you are your ultimate project. So happiness, health, success, wealth, values, filters, integrity, inspiration, and improving. If you do that, you're going to have an amazing life with amazing people in it. And it won't matter how much hex you have. You're going to have abundance.
Yep, 100%. I gotta 100% agree, because that's kind of the changes that led me to Hex. Interestingly enough, is just deciding that I needed to do more, needed to do better, and just taking action in accordance with that mind frame. And just that alone has brought me to this point in time where people think I'm famous or something, and I'm just some regular guy living where I was living at last week. But that's not how people view me. That's not the perception of me, right? So in accordance with that, my reality is skewed versus everybody else's, right? So whenever I speak or ask for something, the world now kind of returns what I need in different ways, just because I live differently now with respect to the realization that the world has opened up for me because I did the things I needed to do to improve my situation by improving myself. It's not the other way around. And that's what I thought. That's what I thought for the longest time. But it's not the case. And Amen is right. That's right. Because that's what's led me to this point. That's why I'm now ready to be wealthy. I'm not going to suffer from the sudden wealth syndrome, because every time I did attain that sudden wealth before, it quickly disappeared. Right. And I think all of us have probably suffered that at one point or another, because that's just the nature of the beast, unfortunately. But that's how we learn. So that's why we can't be too mad. We got to take it as it comes.
Amen. Because ultimately it's an inside job, right?
Yeah.
You have to be able to be
it is
happy,
an inside
successful.
job.
It really is from within, right? So the wealth and abundance comes in. I always say this all the time. You become first in your mind and in your spirit and how you believe it, and then it comes to you. Whether it is the position, the wealth, the this, the that, you have to become that person from within first, and then the results comes later. That's why you can see very highly successful people, whatever it might be. They're not cocky when they reach it. They're like, I always knew I'd be there, because
they're
I've
happy.
embodied that person for many, many years. So by the time I get it, it's like it's almost expected. But this is how the true power of attraction works and how those things goes, because you have to embody the attitude, the feeling, the energy. So then when it comes and the results comes in, it's
just
like, I've been doing exactly just another day. I've been doing that. And you get to see how to not fall for the pitfalls. And you also know what to look for, the red flags, the things that's going to come along your way to trying to sway you, right? It's not the ugliest thing you see. Sometimes the best distraction, I said with Maddie, 2 days ago, it's the most prettiest thing that you think, oh, this, that. But then if you're not careful, if you can see the lines and the red lines or the signals, you might go the wrong way. So always stay true, always have that integrity. And then, you'll find the happiness, right? My definition is very similar to that. It's just the one thing I add is love, right? Health, wealth, love, and happiness, right? I put in that order because it goes back to my story and how I grew up. And then the number one gratitude thing when you broke is your health. You got your 2 arms, your 2 legs, be grateful about that, because some people don't even have that abundant mindset, right? One-on-one. From the health and trying to be healthy, trying to exercise, eat well the best you can. I know there's junk foods everywhere, but at least take care of that. Don't take it for granted. That's your number one source of energy, so you can do stuff. That's that sweat equity you're trying to deploy. You can't really deploy that if you're not healthy, if you don't eat well, if you don't
100%.
exercise. You can't do some things. You can't do the long hours which are required to do
Sweat equity is everything, right?
So
When
that
you're
health
trying to
is
accomplish something, sweat equity is important.
exactly. So you get that health first, and then from there you derive the next step with the health that you leverage from that. That's equity you use then to acquire the wealth. And then once you get the health, and then you get the wealth, maintain the both, then ideally you get the love, from the people, the loved one, the people you helped about, relationship, whatever it might be. And when you get all three, going back to ikigai, the meaning of life, then you can get the happiness, which actually is not a stage. It's more like the results of all three. When you're healthy, you're wealthy, and you got love and people that care for you, happiness is just literally the like equal sign of the equation.
Yeah,
you get 1, 2, 3 equal happiness. It just comes from it. So
100% agree, bro.
Amen.
I mean, this is funny, right? Because you saw a comment earlier in the chat that highlighted just like how the person that has recently found as they've been in crypto this whole time, however long it's been, more than 3 years, 4 years, whatever it is.
Yes.
And they've never, ever come across these kind of conversations. And the reason for that is because in those other environments, they're worried about money. Over here, we're not worried about anything. We're worried about success and each individual person finding that success, no matter what it is to them. That's what we're worried about over here. So even the frame of mind and the frame of approach and just everything that's happening is significantly different, because the whole vantage point is just entirely different, right? I mean, it's a beautiful